Hi viewers. In my Win-O-Win series, I want to deal with subjects which is directly dealing with us personally. For example, our emotions. And the topmost emotion that comes to my mind is anger. Anger, which is the bottom line for passions, for all the emotions that actually we undergo. Anger can be both constructive as well as destructive. All of us struggle with anger. Most have learned to control it, and some have even let it not bother them. These days, it's commonly regarded as a growing up syndrome. That when we are growing up, all this anger does come in. When we can remain calm in every situation, we can control this emotion, but it never really goes away. Somewhere within us, an uneasy feeling stays. It wells up unexpectedly, and when suppressed, it shows itself as unjustified snapping at someone, inability to be joyful even when you are surrounded by the things which we love, uncontrollable urge to burst into tears sometimes. Anger is actually a natural emotion. Ever seen a newborn baby? If you observe a newborn baby, he becomes totally red in his or her face when he's hungry, when it doesn't get food or enough sleep. Hangry. Now, hangry is a new word in the dictionary describing the universal feeling of being so hungry that you can feel anger welling up through every cell in your body. So now we know that anger is a useful emotion. It helps us to express ourselves. It also helps us how do we let other people know what we need. So we know anger is a useful emotion. It helps us recognize the needs that aren't being met in us and others. But is anger wrong? That's the question everybody asks me. My answer is no. Anger in itself is not wrong, but the ways of handling it can be right or wrong depending upon the situation. Anger is a very useful emotion. A person who says, I have completely taught myself to do away with anger, frankly speaking, he's actually not living, he's existing. There has to be an amount of anger in every individual because it's the base of your own successes, of your own putting forward what you want in life. So anger in itself is not wrong, but the ways of handling it can be right or wrong depending upon the situation. Now, anger is a way for your body, mind, spirit, the very depths of your nature to communicate with you, yourself, and to others. And letting people know that you're unhappy and opposed with the current state of affairs. Trust me, if you ignore your anger, if you ignore your anger at your own peril and give it full vent at the peril of your relationships with people, that's wrong. It's quite easy and convenient to dismiss someone who's angry as being spoiled and having a tantrum. But really, all you're doing is ignoring your own role in creating the situation. Anger is as valid an emotion as crying and laughing and a signal regarding what makes you tick. It's a way for you to know yourself better and your relationships better. It's important to remind ourselves that a relationship is a two-way street, and understanding our own sources of emotions are as important as knowing what angers, saddens, or gladdens the other person. Now, people say anger management. People say we shouldn't get angry, we should suppress our emotions. Well, fundament is that suppressing anger is not good either, and has been shown to increase risks of getting cancer, high blood pressure, and eventually a heart attack. So do us all a favor. I'm making you all aware that instead of going for anger managements, just look within yourselves. Do me a favor and let it out once in a while. Getting angry once in a while is absolutely fine. Unhealthy ways of expressing anger include sulking, going on a guilt trip, heavy drinking, or substitute another addiction to get over your anger, breaking things, getting into fist fights. You get the picture? Well, healthy ways of expressing anger almost always means facing the reason for your anger and putting it across in words, either to the person or persons who have angered you, or to a person you trust in case it is an external situation you are upset with. It's always wise, it's always good to be correct and be truthful. That is where honesty comes in. And honest to yourself. So if you're angry over a particular thing, if you're angry over a particular situation, addressing it will help you de-stress. Addressing it will also help you save situations. Practice this art. Practice saying what you have said, or what you have done makes me angry, and to protect myself. Number one, I will have a good cry, or I will go out for a walk, I'll run, I'll dance, I'll scream in the woods, play squash, meditate, etc. Now when you're doing all these physical things, mentally you become relaxed. The second thing you must do is, we can talk at a time when we are both calm and have thought through the consequences. The third option for you is, you can change the things. We can work harder at that promotion and acknowledge and accept the things we can't. The flight got cancelled, so we can't go on a holiday today, even though I really need a break. I'm just giving you, these are one of the examples. Healthy anger is never violent. It's not used to punish, intimidate, control, or manipulate another person. There is a difference between being angry and being aggressive. By all means, if you care for someone, engage with them to explore the grounds for their or your anger. However, if the expression of anger turns to physical or emotional violence, walk away immediately and cut off any communication until the violent expression is dealt with. Now, often violence is a learnt behavior. Violence is not a natural behavior, it is a learnt behavior. And luckily, it can be changed with the help of a psychologist or anger management specialist. These professionals can help us explore the reasons of our behavior and help change violent responses to positive expressions of anger within a safe environment. Violence only solves a problem in the short term and creates longer term physical, mental, and emotional problems, which are much harder to resolve. It is also unpleasant and detrimental to both the aggressor and the victim. Remember, no one likes a bully, but no one likes a victim either. So even when parents are telling things to the children, it's very important. You cannot raise your hands, or you cannot say things like, you will never change. Don't create conditions that can leave a child thinking mentally and probably having a lifelong impression on the mind. You can be angry with the child when he's naughty, but explain it to the child, why is it making you angry? Same thing goes for your relationship with elders. If you feel you're angry with your parents, It's not right that you bang doors and you become a bully or you become aggressive or you emotionally blackmail. You need to explain what is it that is making you angry. So having a heart-to-heart talk actually sorts out matters, not only personally, but even in the realm of your profession. You should be confident enough to go and tell your boss that this is what is disturbing you and this is what is irritating you and that is how it is making you angry and you are making mistakes. Saying things calmly yet expressing your anger will help you release your burdens and your stresses. You might be surprised to know that a lot of us have been brought up with unhealthy models and examples of dealing with anger. Unfortunately, there is also a common belief that we are either too young to know or too old to change. Now this, I completely call it rubbish. You always have two choices in front of you. You can carry on displaying behavior you have learnt or seen while growing up in life, or you can be the change you want. Choosing the first is very easy and will let you live the life you have always been living, that of a quiet desperation. But choosing the second is also easy and will let you live a fulfilling life where you are in control of your destiny. So life is what you make it, and choose wisely.